Right, day 3. Don't think anything will be different in here. So let's just get started. So, let's stick a corridor here. Let's try and not end up with what I ended up with yesterday, which was a space down the one side, which I hadn't got any rooms in, I think. So let's pop the corridor in here. It's not usually anything of note in these. No, okay. Right, so I could do a storeroom here, is one possibility. Or I could... A key would be useful actually, wouldn't it? Just in case I end up with locked doors. Tell you what, let's do that and pick up a key so we've got at least one to hand. This presumably, yeah, it's the same note as usual, so those don't change. So let's get that. Right, nothing else in here. Okay. So guest bedroom's a way of getting a lot of steps actually. You wonder if that'll be useful. Although would that be more useful somewhere quite central for me to return to if I need to get more steps? Let's save that for now. I just wonder whether that might be more useful somewhere sort of quite central, and then I can pop back and get that. Although, do I only get that the first time I go in there? I'm not sure. All right, let's do the parlour for now and see if we can head back in that direction. Now the parlour's the one with the boxes, right? And pick up the key. And then, yeah, just remind myself what there is. Yeah, so one of them, at least one is true, at least one is false, and only one of them has a has the thing in. So this one says all 3 boxes contain gems. Now that can't be true because it says only one of them does. So that one must be false, right? The other 2 boxes contain gems, which also must be false because it definitely says only one box. Only one box has a prize. So both of these must be false, right? What does this one say? This box contains gems. So that can be true. The other 2 can't be true, right? Because only one box has gems. Yeah, there we go. Okay, nice. Right, so we've got 2 gems and I've got a key. That's a decent start. Right, what have we got here then? So hallway doesn't make much sense, or actually the pantry's probably, it's the only one that doesn't block off a door. So let's stick the pantry here for now. What I might do then is backtrack. Right, I've now got some coins and an apple, which gives me a couple of extra steps. I might just backtrack now to the entrance hall and try and build out this way, particularly as I have just picked up some extra a couple of extra steps anyway. So let's do that and see what we get here. Right. Oh no, this is the one. I had this room the last time and there were all sorts of switches and things that were handy. Actually the drawing room would be useful in this sort of spot, wouldn't it? So let's do that. Right, so there wasn't anything in this room, was there? No. It's just that I may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room, so when I do the ones off here, I can choose what I'm doing if I don't like the initial plans. So Do I want to go this way or just... Tell you what, let's just leave that and go this way for now. Right, okay, so the den fits quite nicely here. The observatory, I didn't work out what I was doing exactly there, because I don't know what the stars are for, really. Let's pop the den here, get another gem. Right. Just need to keep an eye out for anything that changes. Okay, so let's try this door to the north, although maybe I should do that one. Because if I do it from this room, I do have the chance to redraw it if it doesn't fit very well. Right, so what have I got? I've got this one. I've got the coat check. Or security. Oh, security. Right, that might be useful, mightn't it? And it does, it fits quite neatly in here. Let's have the security room. Now, this one, I haven't been here. There's a... Oh, it does move. It's just quite jumpy. There's a camera behind me somewhere. Okay. So what's it say about this room? View inventory of all items currently in the house. A control room with a state-of-the-art surveillance equipment, inventory system and access control via an electronic computer terminal. This room is where the estate patrols guards kick up their feet and thank their stars they're living in a modern era. Now, I came across something about the security room before, didn't I? Right, let's have a look. What have we got? We've got various notices. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. Oh wait, I've read this note before. Yes. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password scribbled out. It really does look like it starts with an S. I don't know if that's significant. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Okay, so I don't need access levers for the antechamber. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, Normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Right, so as we head this way, we're more likely to encounter locked doors. Can I have a cup of coffee? No. Right. Blue memos, true. Red memos, lies. Ah. Oh. This is a red memo, right? So does that mean it's not been unlocked, so I need an access lever? Right. Okay. And we've got a terminal. Right, I think that's the only other thing. So are these rooms... These are all rooms. These are not ones that I've drafted yet, are they? This is where I am now. Have I done any of these rooms yet? Certainly haven't done most of them. Right, so this terminal, is this the one? Welcome to Mount Holly Security. Press enter. Right. View estate inventory, keycard system, log into network. Following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new rooms are added. Okay. So this will tell me if I've missed anything. Right. I mean, it feels like I shouldn't be missing things, but okay. Keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. The keycard system is currently operational. Right. Keycard system settings. Security level. Set security level. Change offline mode. Security level determines the amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. You should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with a low setting and 5 or 6 with a high setting. So is there any benefit to having a high setting? It feels like that's just going to make it harder to get around. Let's put it on low for now, but offline mode locked. This mode determines the default setting the security doors will be set to if power is lost. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. That would seem to make sense, but that only works if the power goes out. Right, but there may be, for example, a way of turning the power off. Right, and then log into network. Yeah, you see, I don't know what that is at the moment. So, right. Okay. So that should hopefully make there'll be fewer security doors. And if I can turn the power off, then the doors will open, right? Okay, well let's go back down into the den and try and do this room here first. Right, so we've got a storeroom, a closet, or an office. Opportunity to earn and spread money. Ah, no, I don't have enough gems to do that, so I could do a closet, or I could do the storeroom. Storeroom would fit quite neatly in this space. I mean, so would a closet to some extent. But let's do this. Does it get me a key and a gem? So there's the money. There's a key. And there's the gem. What is that a picture of? I don't know. Maybe it's just abstract, but right. So that's got me some stuff. Right. Okay. So I think I'll go back to the drawing room because again, this one here I can redraw that. So if I go in here, just if I check the inventory, it should still say, yeah, nothing, because I did collect all of them. So I could check, if I'm coming through here, I can check that I have picked everything up, but that's not usually a problem. Right, let's do this one then. So, spare room. Oh, passageway. Needs 2 gems, mind you. But it does give me lots of options, doesn't it? Okay, let's do that and hope we can find some more gems. Okay, does it say anything of note? A long, cramped series of unfinished passages used primarily by the servant staff to traverse the estate quickly. So yeah, nothing. There's probably nothing in here. Right, so shall I see if I can get a room here that connects up to the pantry, ideally? Right, yeah, the courtyard would be good, but I don't have any gems now. Okay, boiler room, that's how I would turn off the power. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'm out of gems, so... Let's pop the closet in here. I'm blocking up the one door anyway. Let's see what this gives me. Okay, I've got a gem. Ivory dry. Okay, so now I can use that to draft new rooms. Okay, so I'll have to try and find a different way around there. It's a little unfortunate, but let's try the other side. See what we can do here. Right, so we've got the utility closet again. Chapel fits reasonably well. Laundry room less so. So I'm going to stick the chapel here. Now I've been in the chapel before. Do these change at all? I don't think they do. The numbered stained glass windows, there's probably going to be some significance to those, right? Probably. Okay, well, so the obvious thing is to try and go here now. I'm now down to only 2 doors, so I do need to start being a little careful here, or I can get myself blocked in. I do have the die to re-roll if I need to. Right, so we've got the spare room, just goes straight through. A bedroom, or the bunk room. This room counts as 2 bedrooms. Tempted to put the bedroom here. Again, I'm sort of rather leaving this down here, which is unfortunate, but let's do this because I can get some extra steps by doing that. Now these I have seen, yes, and there will be picture usually. Yeah, nothing different there. Okay. Right, so yeah, no, I hope that I get the right room in here. I can redraw if I have to. So, okay, not great selection actually, is it? Because all of them block for one passageway. Yeah, shall I redraw? Let's see what we get. Okay, the billiard room would fit, but then it's just taking me in a circle, and then I've got nowhere else to go. Okay, no, actually, I have. Yeah, I've run out of options if I do this, haven't I? Yeah. And I don't have any more. Okay, I've not been in the billiard room, I don't think, so let's have a look at that then. I'm pretty sure I've read about the billiard room previously. Dartboard can be clicked on. Interesting. So I can click on the numbers. What am I trying to do here? This one is highlighted in green. Is that's the... Oh, I can't remember my darts. So this is two. That's treble two, double two. Is the inner part just two still? I can't remember. So this one is highlighted in green. If I mean, I suppose I've just got to click on something and see what happens at this point. Okay, now two of them have lit up. 3 and 15. I'm trying to see if I can think of any connection. So okay, let's try clicking another one. Okay, that's just gone back to where it was. Right, okay, so there's something I'm trying to do here. So does this... Right, that's doing exactly the same. And that's reset as well. Okay, so there's something I'm not... What happens if I click one that doesn't have the green thing, for example? Okay, nothing. Right, so it feels like that's... So it's now lit up 3 and 15, but if I click on these, it just goes back to 2. So there must be some connection between 2, 3 and 15. Now 2 plus 1 would be 3. No, it doesn't help. Okay. So is it... So 2 plus 3, or do I add these two? Let's try that. 15 and 3, 18. Okay. Ah, now I've got this lit. and that. So I pressed this one and it lit up these two, which I then added up. Is this now indicating a treble? So is this what I'm doing? So that's now 20, and if this is treble 3, 29, but there isn't a 29. Okay, so that doesn't work. I feel like I've read into something about this in a previous day somewhere, but I don't remember and I don't have a note of it. Okay. So I only have numbers up to 20. So what's the significance of a different colour? No, so that must be wrong, right? So we do that, we then add these two, gives you 18, which then does that. Trying to work out what the relevance, because normally this would be treble 3, right, on the dartboard, but I can't do 29. I mean, I could do 9. No. Right, okay, I'm not quite getting this yet then. So the first stage makes sense, because I don't, let me just double check that. Yeah, I think doing anything else is plainly, yeah, all the others seem to reset. So that's definitely the right, must be the right first step. So I click on that and then oh, wait a second. There are these the same? Yes. Plus, minus. Ah, right. So I've clicked on that and then the first thing I do then is add. I've added these two to give me the 18. Right, okay. So the next one, assuming I work down the board, right? Minus. So is it just 20 minus 3 would be 17? Yes, okay. So the next one would be a multiplication. Oh, that doesn't work because I don't have enough numbers to do that. Okay. So there's more going on here than that. (15 minus 6). I mean, that's the other thing, is whether these indicate something, the position. Oh, actually, I can look around. Whether the position on the board is relevant. If it was 15 minus 6 would give you 9, which is correct. Ah, so it is to do with the positions. So this must be now one of the others. If it's 8 times 2, for example, is the pink multiplication thing. I might need to write these down. So let's just try that. If it's 8 times 2, then that would be then 16. Yes. So that's a minus. This is a multiplication, right? And these are addition. So now it can't be 10 times 3 then minus 4, because that's too high. But 10 minus 4, 6 times 3, 18 would work. Okay, got it. And we have a key. Right. So it's the positions silver key. Unlocking a door with a silver key leads to a room with many doors. So there's a silver key behind the dartboard, and the position on the of what's lit up tells you what you're doing in terms of multiplication and so on. However, unfortunately, I've run out of doors. I don't think there is anything else I can do at this stage. Let's just go back to the security room. So let's just check in here. So the inventory, yep, so I've picked up everything there is. So there's nothing I've not found. Yeah, I think I'm out of options basically on this run, but I have at least solved what's going on with the puzzle in the billiard room, and I've got a silver key. Unlocking a door with the silver key will lead to a room with many doors. I've just noticed I've got one of these. I picked that up the last time in the observatory, so those carry over, right? Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else I can do here. I don't think the silver key will be of any use out here either. There were some things that were shut, but I'm not sure any of them. Yeah, I'm not sure any of them are going to be opened by the silver key. It did specifically mention rooms. Let's just double check before we call it a day. That's all boarded up still. And I don't... This didn't go anywhere, did it? I really need a lamp of some sort, don't I, before I'm going to find anything in there. So yeah, there must be a way of lighting those torches, I think. Oh, I can move quicker. Okay. Right, let's just quickly check the rest of the grounds. I don't think there's anything the silver key is useful for. There are a couple of things over this way, but there was this gate which was locked. Yeah, can't get through there, doesn't even give me the option to open it. That's just my campsite, and then there was whatever this was. Which also must be able to be opened from somewhere else. Okay, well, I think I've covered everything. Oh, there was this, of course there was this gate and the orchard, which I need a combination for, which I don't have. So not much help. So I think I'll have to call it a day here. But I have at least worked out what goes on in the billiard room. So some progress made at least. So a quaint cottage, I think that's smaller than the one I did the last time round, but that's okay. We're gradually working things out. 3 new rooms, so that's good. I hadn't found the security room before, or the billiard room. Was there another one I hadn't found before? Can't remember now exactly. Anyway, let's leave it at that and come back on day 4.